Hey guys, so one question we've been getting more than any other question right from the beginning of the build all the way to now is why did we pick this bus? So we're going to hang out for a bit and we're going to have a conversation about it, starting from the top. Head height. I am 6'2". There's not actually that many buses that are going to accommodate me to be able to stand, once we fill out the floor and put the ceiling in, stand up straight. So most buses actually have a sunken floor, and you'll have seen this, like coaches. There's like a walkway straight down the center that's much lower than the outside areas. This is a flat floor bus, and as you can see, I can stand up quite comfortably in here. But with this bus in particular, I can stand up straight all the way to the wall. This was a really important thing for us because I don't want to be like, we checked out coasters, we checked out other people's buses, and like, I take one step to the left and I'm like, I'm these ones, you know? The next reason that we got this bus was ventilation with the windows. See, we're not made of money. We're doing a budget build, so we wanted to make sure we had the most options of ventilation possible. Most buses will have sill to ceiling windows just fixed, and that would cause a lot of problems for ventilation and trying to cool the bus down. You'd have to have all kinds of things running to make sure that you get the right temperature. We don't have to deal with that. We're going to be able to moderate our temperature just by opening this window and blocking this angle from the sun. All right, the rest of the main reasons are outside, so let's head outside. Okay, so the next reason we got this bus in particular was weight. A lot of buses that only have the 2 axles will cap out at about 14.9 ton. This one has the 2 axles, but caps out at 16 tons. So we get an extra ton worth of weight that we can fit on this bus. That's more water, fuel, more batteries. It's win-win. And that point leads directly into my next point. 2 axles, which means I only have to have a medium rigid license to drive this. If we were to have a second axle in the back, sure, we could carry more weight, but we got that 16 ton with this bus and I don't have to upgrade to the next license. And it's also full size. This is 12.5 meter bus. Like, it's perfect. It's perfect for us. It's perfect for us in size because we are planning on starting a family, and floor space was a big thing for us. The next kind of size down, you start looking at like 10 meters, and 2 meters of space is an entire section. Like, that's a bathroom. That's you know, you compromise on the kitchen, you're compromising somewhere, and we are planning on living in this full time after we go on a trip. You know, you can get away with 10 meters if it's only a motorhome. Also, we have pets and we just need the extra space. And we wanted it too. We got more options that way. All right, the next reason we selected this bus, which actually was a little bit of a compromise on this one, is we wanted as much understorage as possible so we could store batteries and water and all those kinds of things. We compromised on this bus because it only has the understorage on one side. So we only have half the bus as baggage compartment. But that worked out fine in the end anyway, because I ended up hanging our water tanks underneath, and it didn't take that much more effort. Well, I mean, it took effort, but it was worth the compromise. We got all the other things that were far more important. The storage space wasn't that important, and we still do get a lot of contained storage under here. So if it didn't have these boxes, we may have wavered, but it does. So, all right, we are getting to the bottom of the list now, but this is another good one. In this bus, the engine is at the back, which is less noise at the front. It's less to deal with. You can kind of balance things out. Less heat up the front of the bus as well. There's definitely good reasons for having the engine at the front, but this way we can access the whole engine. It was just a point in favor. We prefer it at the back, which leads directly into the next point. This is a Cummins engine, and anyone who knows anything about buses has told us, because we don't know that much about buses, that this is an absolute workhorse engine. This will run forever. We picked this bus up at 300,000, and these engines typically will run to 700, 800,000. As long as you maintain them, as long as you keep the liquids refreshed, then it's just gonna keep going forever. And when we found that out that it had a Cummins in it, we were pretty much sold. Which leads directly into the next point. Price. As I said earlier, this is a budget build for us. We didn't really have that much money to invest initially anyway. So we bought this bus for a whopping $14,000, which is the value of both our cars combined. It's just perfect. We would have spent $18,000 on the trailer for a tiny home alone, and that's before we get walls. This is 14. It comes with walls, a ceiling, windows, and it has its own engine to move itself.